Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Shauna Spilling the Presley Tea Live. Yes, that's right. I am live, guys. I'm gonna wait for some of y'all to get in here. I know I'm about 10 minutes late. Sorry, guys. I had to get my child situated, and I had to get him into bed. I don't know if you guys ever had that problem, but yes, I had to get my little son into bed. Okay, guys, I wanted to tell you guys something before we begin. So, Easter is Sunday. Hey, Savette. So, Easter is Sunday, and my boss at work knows me so well. She gave me the best Easter basket ever. Oh, yes. Even us adults can celebrate Easter in our own little ways. But hello, Cheryl. But my boss, oh my gosh, my boss knows how to spoil me. I got an Easter basket with candy. And guess what else I got? Oh my gosh, you'll never guess. So my boss got me a pack of Elvis cards. They're Elvis playing cards. Aren't they cool? There's so many of them in different pictures. I don't know if I'm ever going to open them, but my boss got me a box of playing cards of Elvis. It's so awesome. And then her son plays pool in competitions, and he went to Las Vegas to go into a Las Vegas pool competition. And he brought me back this, and she gave me this. Look at this. Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. Yeah. I got this. I got this hat in my Easter basket. Yep. Francis, happy Easter, everyone. And Jerry, thank you so much. And Barbara. But I got this hat. Yeah. It's nice. I like it. Vegas, baby. Vegas. And it's got the big lips on it. She said she wanted me to have this one because the big lips, because I'm always wearing lipstick at work. Well, I don't like to look dead when I'm at work. I wear lipstick. And the big reveal, she got me the 68 Comeback, the story behind the special by Steve Bender, forward by Baz Luhrmann. She got me this book. Oh my gosh, look, guys. Oh my gosh. So, my boss knows me very well. She spoiled me. This was in my basket, Easter basket, as well as the Vegas hat and the Elvis playing cards. So, yes, I know, Cheryl. Thank you for liking my boss. I love my boss as well. So that's the back of the book. Long live the king of rock and roll. The front of the book. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's what I got in my Easter basket. Yeah, thank you, Francis. I hit the Elvis jackpot when it came to my boss, but she spoils me. She knows what I love and what I do. So thank you, boss. Thank you so much. She might even be watching. I don't know. She knows that I told her that I would probably wear my hat, but it is kind of hot, guys. I'm not much of a hat person. I know I put a hat on when we talk about Michael Asshat Lockwood, but I'm not much of a hat wearer. But there's my hat. Vegas, baby. So thank you, boss. You know I love you, and I know you love me too. I can't believe she got me all of this stuff. I mean, come on. I could say my boss is better than your boss, but I can't do that. Oh, thank you, Francis. But I mean, seriously, I'm not like other people. I don't wear lots of hats. I mean, I've got this hair right here, you see, and I like having my hair flow, but thank you, boss. You're awesome. But seriously, Wow. But I had to show that. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry I'm late, but you know how it is with a kid. I mean, we got to get them to bed, because we don't get them to bed, they're going to be up making noises and coming in here and all this stuff. I got stuff to do. We got stuff to talk about and people to judge on, right? So, anyways, thank you so much for joining me this evening. You could have went to any Elvis channel for your David Stanley beatdown, but you didn't. You came to mine, and for that, I love each and every one of you for it. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Yes, Will, everyone is doing great. Thank you so much. And he said he has his Gatorade Zero and ready to rock. Some people like to rock, some people like to roll, but moving and a grooving going to satisfy my soul. Let's have a party. And we're gonna have a party. Tina, hey. Claudia, hello. Happy Easter. Happy Good Friday to all y'all. You know, Sunday is Happy Resurrection Day. That's how we put it growing up. We never called it Happy Easter when I was a kid. We called it Happy Resurrection Day. Because if it wasn't for Jesus Christ being resurrected from the grave, us Christians wouldn't even be talking about it, right? So happy Easter, happy Resurrection weekend. And I hope that you guys have a great one and enjoy it with family and friends. Because I know I am. That's right. And guys, I am off all next week. I have a whole week of vacation. So we're going to have some fun next week. We're going to do some more Presley Pantry cooking show. We're going to do a few more other videos that I haven't been able to get to, and we're going to have some fun doing it, okay? I'm off all next week, and we're going to have a good time. That's right. A great time. And I just clicked out, came back. All right. So, guys, after I showed you my presents from my boss, we're going to talk about David Stanley tonight, and we're going to put in a little bit of 2 cents thrown in there by Billy and Joe Smith. And I might throw something in from Danny just for you guys, because, you know, I love the Smiths. They're a part of my family. I love them so much, and I hope that you guys do too. There's so much that the Smiths can say and put in about Elvis. You guys, there's so much the Smiths can do. So, Elvis Fans Matter and Memphis Mafia Kid, we are on your side. Definitely. All the way. 100%. If you guys haven't watched Danny's video today, when you get done watching me, you guys need to watch Danny Smith, okay? I mean, he put out a video, and it was very informing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I did. I got off work, and I was like, woohoo! Another video by Danny. Yes, Francis, Danny is great. Erica, hello. Tina, hi. Velvis, welcome. And Linda, thank you all. Will, all y'all. Ruby, Savette, Cheryl, thank you guys for joining me this evening and seeing all my Elvis gifts from my boss. So, oh my gosh, we have so much to go over. If you guys watched my video on, I think it was Wednesday, it was fun. It was fun doing the video on Wednesday. And guys, I can do share screen right now. So guess what? I'm gonna do that. Hold on, give me a second. We're gonna do something this evening. Give me a second so I can find it. Let's see. Here it is. What was the last video? Shame on you. Questions and answers and messages. Hold on. We need a... Hold on. Trying to find where we need to be. Hold on. I need to find... Hold on. I think we're going to watch probably the last few minutes of it. Just give me a second here. I already asked permission to use this. I am not the type of person to just review someone's video without asking first. So I asked, I went through the right channels, and we're going to do this way because I don't like using other people's content without asking them first. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's rude. So this is me asking permission, and I got permission. So here we go. We're going to watch some of this video so we can see what they had to say about David Stanley. And we're going to go from there, okay? But guys, know I asked permission to do this. I wouldn't just play someone's video and review it without asking first. I am not that type of intruding of person. So let's see what they have to say.
First of all, that's not saying much for Vernon. I mean, that's acting like this man was a total idiot, weak, and all that. Well, that's far the hell from the truth. Vernon would not have had that. He wouldn't have, he was not like that. He wouldn't have had nothing. I mean, he was a strong man, and he would confront Elvis just as quick as you can think of. So, to David, I hate you even put that in your damn book. And I don't appreciate it. You know you're a liar when it comes to that. And your mother, God, she'd rather lie than tell the truth. She done all that just to get attention from the media. She made that crap up. She didn't believe that.
And I feel like to get back at Vernon for
the divorce.
For the divorce.
That. Yeah. And so, you know, let's just get that out of the way. That never happened. And
Elvis was not like that. You know, he respected his mother.
He loved his mother and his father too. I mean, he loved both of them to death. I mean, but to insinuate something like that, you know, you've lost your damn mind.
He was not a sicko.
No.
You know, that's the most sickening thing I've ever heard. And I'm surprised that any of those boys would say something like that, you know, or David's saying that his mother believed it. I don't think she believed it. I think
she made that shit up to get attention from the media.
That's what I think.
Get back at Uncle Vernon. She even went on Geraldo. Well, how'd she get on there? Because of that one thing she said. And otherwise, you know, and of course, Geraldo, you know, he just, he gets anything that's sensational. It was his business, you know. But that is totally not true. It's disgusting to even think that you would think something like that and go along with your mama on something like that. On Geraldo, J.D. Sumner, and Joe Esposito, I mean, they tore her a new hiney. And so let's just make it clear once and for all that never happened, never would have happened.
No.
And he loved his mother to death. He loved his father to death. And he knew his mother always worried about him constantly. And so, you know, let's just throw that out.
And you should
Don't
be
ever
ashamed.
mention it. Don't ever mention it again. because, I don't want to, insult you any further. And your mother, she's gone now. And I hate that, because nobody wants their mother to die or don't want, people speaking bad about her. But I'm sorry. When it comes to that, I'm speaking bad about her. She's a damn lie.
And you should be ashamed for what
you should be ashamed to even say that you agreed with her. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. It never happened, never would have happened. That was a good family. Elvis was a good person. His daddy was a good person, and his mama was a good person. And they raised Elvis like he should have been, and took him to church, Christ, and all that. He was the Assembly of God, and so let that be that. And any of you fans that might believe that, please don't, because that's not true, and it never was to ever happen. It just didn't happen. I'm right now. I'm so frustrated and mad that I don't really know how to come out saying, that let that be it. I don't want to ever hear it, and I don't want to hear from no fans that think they agree with David, because you're sick.
She said his mother said that Vernon told her that Elvis slept with his mother. Well, in the South, and probably in the North and the East and the West, sleeping with your mama doesn't mean you're having sex with your mama. That a lot of little kids, especially in the South, sleep with their mama until they get up bigger. That's just a thing. That's more than likely. If he said anything, he said that, and she turned it into what she wanted it to be for sensationalism and to make a big deal, which that is sick. That's so sick.
First of all, I don't think he ever said that. Vernon was not that way.
No.
He would have never mentioned anything like that to because it didn't happen to start with, and he was a strong man. He wouldn't have tolerated that. I mean, God Almighty, give me a break. But anyway, let's with that.
I loved how they ended that. I'm going to throw this out there. God bless the Smiths. God bless Billy and Joe. God bless Danny. I'm telling you, they'll tell it like it is. It don't matter. They will call out the scum for what they really are. And they've been doing it a lot lately. But like I said, guys, I would never share somebody else's content unless I ask permission first. Because to me, it's intruding into somebody's private, granted, they're putting it out publicly, right? But to me, I needed to ask. So I asked Danielle, and I asked friends of her to get in touch with her to talk to them about it, because I would never, ever use somebody else's content unless I ask permission first. That's just how I am. I don't like intruding to somebody else's business and putting it onto my business unless I ask first. So that's just how I am. And yes, Savette, you missed Danny's video. Watch it later. It's a must see. Okay. Thank you so much. Velvis, thank you. David Stanley. That's right. Francis says, so sick saying that about Elvis. He treated them so good. Disgusting about the Stanleys. It is. It is. And Francis also said that was so nice. You got their approval, Shauna. Some people don't do that. Just use others' content. I know. I've got to ask permission first before I use somebody else's content. Because at the end of the day, I don't want a copyright strike. I don't want someone putting a copyright strike. I don't want someone being vindictive. I don't want playing these games. We are adults here. Why play games, right? If I want to use somebody's content for any reason, I'm going to write them, email them, whatever, and ask them permission first before I put their content on my channel. Because I ask. I don't just do. Okay? It's better to ask permission first when it comes to stuff like this than to say, I'm sorry later. That's just not how I am. Yes, wet blanket. It's a sick accusation. And David Stanley shouldn't have brought that crap up on those on those Elvis gals, right? Never. Granted, it wasn't the best interview, but it was their interview, right? But they didn't know the history of David Stanley. If they did, they probably wouldn't have even asked him on their show. Barbara, this is a SBOS. After all Elvis did for the Stanleys, it is BS. Elvis loved his mother as a son does. My son loves me as Elvis and Gladys did. Exactly, Barbara. How many times has my son asked me if he could sleep with me? A lot. My son used to sleep in his own bed. And when he was like 2, 3, 4, and 5, he would get up in the dead of night, run down the hallway, and be like, can I sleep with you and mommy and daddy? And I'd be like, of course. And he would be between us. That's it. And I will point out that when I was a little girl, I did the very same thing to my mom. I would crawl into bed with my mom and my dad. I would be in the middle because I was very afraid of the dark. If you guys didn't know that about me, when I was little, I had something called night terrors, and I would have really bad nightmares, and I would have to crawl into bed with my mama and daddy in order to feel comfort to go back to sleep. And I'll point out another thing. My mother, when we got older, about the time I was like 14, 15 years old, my mother would come and sleep with me in my room because my mother worked a very early shift at Craftsman Tools. My mom made Craftsman Tools. And she would have to get up about 4 a.m. And she would crawl into my bed about 10 o'clock at night and sleep till about 3 a.m. because she didn't want to disturb my dad. And sometimes my dad would snore. So she'd rather sleep with me than my dad because she needed to get sleep. She had to get up early for her shift. And she would crawl into bed with me when I was 14, 15, 16 years old so she could get some sleep because my dad was a snorer. So in the South, it was not a big deal. And it's not a big deal even in the East, North, East, West, South. It don't matter. Sleeping with a parent isn't the same thing as having sex with them. So what Dee Stanley did was unforgivable. But for her son David to even bring it up on those Elvis girls' channel, come on, that's bad form. He could have talked about anything, but he had to bring that crap up. I mean, come on. What kind of person is that? I just don't understand it. I mean, this stuff's supposed to be swept under the rug, forgotten about, in the wind, and he brings that shit up. Really? Barbara, if there was only one bed, then all 3 of them slept in our bed. Exactly. Sometimes there could be one bed in a house. All of them could sleep in one bed. That doesn't mean they were having sex. What the heck is wrong with the Stanleys, man? Erica says, a little off the side note, I would love to hear you sing. I got you, Erica. I'll sing for you in a little bit, I promise. Francis, exactly. Kids do that when they're younger. It's perfectly normal. It is. Kids will crawl into your bed, especially if they're scared or if they just want some comfort. Whatever. Tina, Dee and David Stanley are dirty-minded. They are sick. Savette, well, all done that. My son slept with us for years. He'd wake up in the night and come to our room, sleep in the crock of my dad's arm. I would not go to sleep unless my dad put me to sleep. And my son was the same exact way. He slept in his own bed in his own room, but sometimes he would get up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and walk down the hallway and come creep into bed with us. It's not a big deal. I did the same thing with my mother. My mother did the same thing with me. Cheryl, my mom was raised during the Depression. They had next to nothing. You had to sleep where there was room. Exactly. And when my father was a little baby, his parents had a one-room shotgun shack like Elvis and his mom and dad did. And they had a Chester drawer, a big wooden Chester drawer. And all of the kids, when they were from 1 year old to like 3, slept in their own drawer. I kid you not. My dad told me they would open the drawer full, put a little blanket and a pillow in there, and the little babies would sleep in the Chester drawers. Kid you not. Savette, I read there was only one bed in their Tupelo house. There was. One bed. Who could afford more than one bed? They barely could afford the house they lived in. If it wasn't for Elvis's grandfather, Jesse Presley, they wouldn't even have had the Tupelo house. Erica, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Elvis sleepwalk? He did that as well. So that's also part of the reason why he probably slept with them, because he did sleepwalk. It was very dangerous. Nanlin, the Presleys were poor and lived in rooming houses before finally moving to Lauderdale. So of course they slept in the same room. Thank you. Jerry, maybe that was the Stanleys' experience with their mother. Ooh, Jerry, you're kind of like pointing it back around at them. Oh, wow. I don't know. I wasn't a Stanley. I don't know what their family dynamic was. Rube, I've heard stories of babies sleeping in drawers. Thank you, Rube, but my father slept in a Chester drawer, and his siblings slept in little drawers underneath them. They didn't have bassinets. They didn't have little places for these babies. So they slept in little Chester drawers. Savette, my dad was one of 6 children. They had one-room house. They all slept, ate, and cooked in this one-room house. Exactly. I think whatever story that Vernon was giving Dee, she took it and twisted it and made it evil for money. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I think happened. Erica agrees. Exactly right. And Barbara, thank you. Thank you guys for agreeing with me. But still, that's what I'm trying to point at, you guys. Now I'm going to quit sharing, and I'm going to share something else with you guys. So after Billy and Joe said their piece about David Stanley's revelations on those Elvis girls interview, he posts this. This is interesting. David Stanley posted, some of you guys are followers of Elvis's cousin Billy Smith. Recently, he made untruthful comments about me on his YouTube channel. He was calling me out for something I never said. Billy Smith, you know what happened. Fix this, man. Fix what? What is there that we gotta fix, man? David, if you hadn't have said it to begin with and opened that bag of worms and opened that Pandora's box anyway, then we wouldn't be discussing this, David. But you pointed this out to begin with, to open the bag of worms, to open the Pandora's box, to make it begin again. So, David, it's on you why Billy Smith and Joe Smith said what they said. So, David, I mean, you know what, honey? You're guilty, man. You're guilty of not just gaslighting us Elvis fans. Oh, yeah, because you did. You're guilty of also bringing up the subject to begin with that made Billy and Joe Smith have to speak out against you. And you know, back in the day, they loved you. They were behind you. They were with you. You were all some big Elvis family, Memphis Mafia kind of circle thing. But over the years, man, between what your mother did, your brothers did, and what you're doing, y'all aren't together anymore. Whatever mafia y'all had ain't no mafia anymore because of the shit y'all pulled and pulling out your hat and pulling out what your butt is saying, because we Elvis fans are not going to deal with it anymore. And I will say kudos to Billy and Joe Smith for saying what they did, because if you hadn't have went on those Elvis girls' channel and opened up this Pandora's box again, dude, we wouldn't even be talking about you, David. But here we are, talking about them guys again. You know, it's like a broken record. Every few years, he brings out more shit, does a book, does this and that. But what really chaps my hide, guys, and I don't know, tell me in the comment section below, but it kind of pisses me off that the Westgate Hotel Casino in Vegas lets this guy live there. That's what chaps my hide. Okay? If it wasn't for Elvis, David Stanley wouldn't even have a pot to piss in or a room to live in. You know? True story. He criticizes the very man that puts him in the position that he's in. It's like, David, if you didn't even know Elvis, if you weren't even in his world, if you weren't a survivor of Elvis's disease, you wouldn't even be at the Westgate right now and have a room to live in. I wish we could write the Westgate Hotel Casino in Vegas and tell them how we really feel about David Stanley. Do you think they would do you think that maybe they would evict him from the very room he lives in? Because if it wasn't for Elvis, he wouldn't even be in Vegas right now living at the Westgate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Literally. Kelsey says that David is a walking contradiction. You know, he has something in common with Prissy Pants because of that. I think David and Priscilla Presley should have got together. Literally. And I think rumor has it that she used him kind of in a sexual way in a pool to get certain video tapes from him and his brothers to use for her advantage. You know, that's out there too, guys. It is. Erica, exactly right. Nanlin, David is incapable of telling the truth, or we wouldn't even know what the truth is at this point. He gaslights everybody now. He'll say something, and then when we backlash him, he retracts it and acts like he never did it. And you know what really ticks me off about David Stanley? Everything that he posted a couple of months ago is gone. He deleted it. Hey, David, you can delete whatever post you want. It don't matter. Us Elvis fans, true historians, love Elvis is going to screenshot that and we're going to keep it. See, David, you can post whatever you want and then you can delete it afterwards, but it don't matter. There are people like me that's going to screenshot that and put it full frontal for everyone to see. So that's what pisses me off about him. He doesn't live his true self life. He puts stuff out, gets backlash about it, and deletes it, thinking that we have very short memories. No, we don't. We screenshot it and we share it to the world. So, dude, you need to stop while you're behind, David. Really. Yes, Nanlin, Prissy too. She's the same way. Chillin'. David Stanley sabotaged his own interview. He did. He could have done a good interview with those Elvis girls, but he didn't. He brought up and said things that were very controversial. I can't even dare say that crap on my channel because I wouldn't. And I downloaded those Elvis girls interview. I have it in my files, but I would never share that stuff to the world. And if I did, I would ask them for permission first before I did so. See, I don't intrude on other people's lane. I stay in my own. And I think it's messed up when people use other people's content to try to get clicks or views or make a point. I have to ask people permission first. I don't use other stuff without asking. I think it's rude and bad form, especially on YouTube, you know? Tina says that David needs to find God. Well, David claims that he did find God. That's the point. David found God in 1980s. So if David found God in the 1980s, he doesn't need to find God, right? I just think it's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. Really. Erica, you want me to prove that this is me singing. So let me see if I can find it. Erica, thank you for your comment in the comment section of my last singing video. I appreciate it. But she wants to know if I'm really singing this song. Oh my gosh. Am I going to have to sing it to you guys? Okay. So there's this song by Ashley McBride. It's a very new song, and it was written by, oh my gosh, I think it was Richard Clay or Randall Clay. It's called Rattlesnake Preacher. And it was written about a man in the 1960s in South Alabama that was a rattlesnake preacher. And I don't know if a lot of y'all know about the South, like Poke Salad Annie, if y'all hadn't been down the South. There are certain types of religion groups, Southern Baptists mostly, and Assembly of God, where they bring snakes and venomous snakes into the congregation. And they'll say things like, if your faith in God is very high, you won't get bitten. But if your faith in God is very low, you will be struck. And this is actually a true belief here in the South. But Rattlesnake Preacher is about a preacher from the 1960s. And the song is a great song. I heard it on the radio and I was just hooked. So I guess I'll sing it to you guys for a second. Now, I might get criticized. I don't give a flying rat's butt. But I do the best I can. I do me. You do you, booze. All right? So I will do it to you in... Yes, Erica. She says I should have a concert. Some people would leave if I did. But I'll sing this song just for you in a cappella. So you know I'm singing it. All right? My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher. My daddy was a man of God. My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher in South Alabama. My voice is very strong. There you go, Erica. There's my song. I probably maybe lost a few people watching because of it, but I don't care. I'm doing me, guys. You do you, boo. Let me see if I can play it to you guys with the music so you guys can hear it with the music, and then we'll move on. Let's see. I know I have it somewhere. Let me see here. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. I can only play.
My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher. My daddy was a man of God. My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher in South Alabama. He knew the good but real good. He knew the bad all too well. He spent his life rattling cages and running that devil's ass back to hell. Now my daddy was a rattlesnake preacher. My daddy was a man of God. My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher in South Alabama.
Okay, so that's really me, Erica. It wasn't me pretending to be someone else or anything else. That's really my voice. That's how I sound. And thank you all new people that came to my channel. I will have to say thank you so much. I have gone up 150 subscribers since last month. You guys are what keeps me coming and keeps me going on my channel. Thank you so much, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys at all. So thank you all and the new subscribers to my channel. And Erica, she says that she waited until Vernon, they waited until Vernon and Elvis could not defend themselves. I will agree with you. Will says David Stanley stuck on stupid. Will, he's the same way as Priscilla. They're both stuck on stupid. You know, it's just ridiculous. And there ain't an amount of duct tape in the world to fix them. They gone. You know, there's nothing that's going to fix them. Chillin says, David Stanley sabotaged his own interview. Yes, we talked about this before. He sure did. He could have talked about anything else on those Elvis girls, but he didn't. He brought up crap from the past. And it's like, why? Why? Focus on the future. Focus on you, boo. And he didn't. He had to bring up stuff from the past. What, does he think that this is going to make him money? All the controversial stuff he said in the past, it's going to make him money? I could tell you about another person that's bringing out a new book that only spent summers at Graceland. And I ain't going to buy that book. Savette said that she loved that video and was crying as I watched it. Bully was so emotional in it. He was. Are you guys talking about all the King's men at the end when they were all crying? That's right. I got criticized for reviewing that video. Why? I've never watched all the King's Men in its entirety, and I did the first episode and got ripped in two because of it. But it don't matter. I'm going to do part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So guys, stick with my channel. You'll get to watch all the King's Men because another video is coming out on Wednesday. And to answer your question, I'm going to do another trivia show this coming Monday. So guys, Kelsey, you were my winner for the last trivia show. If you win this coming Monday, you get a special prize made from me and sent to you. If you don't win, another person wins. They have to win another time to get 2. So guys know, if you guys do my trivia shows, you have to win 2 trivia shows in a row to get a present from me. So that is going on as well. I can only do 2 a month. So part 2 is happening on Monday. On Wednesday, we're going to do all the King's Men part 2. And on Friday, it's always going to be live. But since I'm off all next week, I might throw in a few fun videos on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm off all next week, guys, so I'm going to have some fun with it. Nanlin says they see the money. They think he will bring in money. He thinks, but just because he thinks it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Mary says that she loves my Elvis 68 book. She have it from her daughter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, Mary. Cheryl said a little skinny dipping is what got Priscilla to get the videotapes from the Stanleys. Yes, indeedy. Nancy, Shauna, what's really scary is he says he's a Christian and a minister. Exactly. Just because you say you're a preacher, just because you bring souls to God, doesn't mean you're a good person. You know how many snake oil salesman preachers I've seen and heard over the years? Lots of them. Lots of them. It's like Stanley's quit lying. If you quit lying and deleting stuff and gaslighting us Elvis fans, maybe we might give you the time of day. But because he lies and gaslights and tries to delete the crap he posts because of the crap he puts on his own Facebook, he thinks we're stupid. We're not stupid. We weren't born yesterday. You know, we've done our research. We know what the Stanleys have done and pulled throughout the years. We ain't dumb, David. We are not dumb. Too late, Erica. I did. Francis, those Elvis girls have since removed all their content on their channel since that video. Yeah, but what I heard is they're taking a break. They didn't remove them. It's kind of like putting them all on private so somebody else doesn't take what they have out of context. I get that. I did that myself. So I get what they're going through. When you put something out there in the Elvis world and it's not accepted and you're getting backlash from it, sometimes it's best to put everything on private, take a break, you do you, boo, and get better mentally, physically, all that stuff, and come back and build your channel and say you're sorry and move on. I mean, I've been there. You know, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes too, guys. But it's a good thing that they're reflecting. I think they're going to come back bigger than ever. That's just my personal opinion. So those Elvis girls, I'm talking to you. I'm an Elvis girl as well. I might not be in your clique, but I get it. You guys do you, boo. I wouldn't appreciate someone using your content against you either. I've had it. I've been there myself, and I understand. So I hope you gals come back bigger and better than ever. That's my opinion and my 2 cents on all of it. You know, guys, I've been there. Will says that I should dedicate the song Trouble from King Creole to David Stanley. Oh, yeah. We should do that. I think I have that. Hold on. I do have that. Hold on. I think I have the video of that. Let me play that. That would be fun. Good idea. Let's see here. We're going to quit sharing. We're going to go in here. Oh. I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to go back here. I'm going to go here and find it. That's a good idea, Will. We're going to do that. We're going to dedicate this to David. All right. So we're going to to share. I know I'm a monster now that I know how to share things live. So forgive me. It's fun for me. I can share things. Woo-hoo. All right. So am I sharing it? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here it is. I never looked for trouble, but I never ran. I don't take no orders from no kind of man. I was only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. But if you're gonna start a rumble, don't you try it all alone, because I'm evil. My middle name is Misery. Yeah. Well, I'm evil, so don't you mess around. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm evil as can be. I'm evil as can be. So don't mess around, don't mess around, don't mess around with me. I'm evil. I never look
don't mess around with me, guys.
But obviously I'm evil in certain circles. Francis said, nicely said, Shauna, they need to take a break, those Elvis girls, and come back better than ever. They do. They really do. I've been there. Guys, you know I've been there. I have been criticized, ridiculed, made fun of, thrown under the gutter, and you guys are still here with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been there. And I know what these girls are going through. And I know the person, dare I say it, that's doing this. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all take your break and come back better than ever. Because that's the worst thing you can do to someone that's ridiculing you. Come back and show them that, you know what? Yeah, I made a mistake. I said something out of line, blah, 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 but I'm going to come back bigger, smarter, and better than ever. And I think that's where they're going to be. That's just where I was. So I would think if they were anything like what I went through, y'all know I spent the whole summer last year and I didn't have one show. I checked out sometime around May of last year and I didn't come back until almost August. So I took a whole summer off, and I felt better because of it. So, those Elvis gals, I'm sure they're going to come back bigger and better than ever. Tina said that she never saw the interview with David Stanley and those girls. I understand. I watched bits and pieces of it myself, and the other channel that when they finally took theirs off, I couldn't watch it all. They took it off. They deleted it. I knew that another channel, without asking them permission, downloaded it, uploaded it, and reviewed it. And I couldn't go through it after that because the other person that did it, I can't watch that person. So I was like, you know what? Whatever they did, whatever they said, and some people was putting me into bits and pieces of it. I was like, you know what? It don't matter. We all make mistakes. They're probably taking a mental break, and they'll come back bigger and better than ever. Because I know that's what I went through and that's what I lived through. So, period. Barbara, I didn't see the video with those Elvis girls. How can I see it if they have taken it down? Can someone send it to me? Thanks. At this point, Barbara, there's only one channel that didn't ask permission that downloaded it and reviewed it. And Barbara, you don't want to watch that channel. I'm just saying. Okay, there's only one channel, and those Elvis gals have put a copyright strike on that channel because that person will not take that video down. And that's something I went through too, guys. there was a couple of videos I've done in the past I wasn't very proud of, but this individual downloaded the bad videos I made and they put me front and center on their channel and ridiculed me, made fun of me, criticized me, called me names, called me out. And I asked this channel to please take this down. I'm not happy about it. I'll do better next time. Just please take my face off of your channel. And this person wrote me back very rudely and said, no, I can't do that. And that's what sucks. You know, if you put out a video and you're not happy about it and something didn't go right, and you know someone's going to make fun of you, they're going to ridicule you, they're going to tear your butthole in two and make another butthole out of you, you ask nicely if they'll take the video down of you, and the person that has the video up says, nope, not going to do it. You know, nope. It really does hurt. It hurts you. It hurts you as a person. It's like, okay, so no matter what you do, you can delete your videos off of YouTube. But that doesn't mean another person didn't download that video and put it on their own YouTube as content and make fun of you, and their followers make fun of you, and their followers criticize you and make you feel obsolete or make you feel sad. I've had that happen to me before. It's not a good feeling. You know, I keep trying to stay out of the Elvis world when it comes to YouTube of other content. But when I share somebody else's content because I know what it felt like having it done to me, if I'm going to share other people's content like I did the Smiths earlier, I'm going to write them and ask them permission, because I think it's intruding on your privacy if you use somebody else's content as your content. I don't care if it's the guise of reviewing it or not. It's best to ask permission first before you go and take somebody else's content, put it on your video as your own, and then criticize, ridicule, and tear a person in two. Mentally, that's not good for someone. I've been there. I've lived it. It's not a good thing to do to somebody. I'm just saying, it's not. It's really not. Elvis. The X-Files TV series did an episode about a preacher and snakes. The episode was called Signs and Wonders. Oh, I remember that, Elvis. Yes. And Elvis is also mentioned in the X-Files. It's true, he is. That's a good show, actually. Tina, when I think of snakes and preachers, I think of New Orleans. Yeah, that's a good thought, but New Orleans is the South, baby, so it all correlates with each other. Savette, I was talking about the video you played just now about David, but yes, that video too. Savette, not everyone in prison is bad. Not everyone sitting in church is good. That's a good, I like that. You can't hide under the guise of religion, okay? You can't hide behind religion. You just can't. And that's what I think David is doing lately. He first tries to say that he's going to bring out a book called Surviving Elvis, which is going to be about everybody who has suffered the disease of Elvis. Like, what the heck, man? And then when we finally called him out on his BS about this book, Surviving Elvis, he now decides to put out another book that's not Surviving Elvis, that's called Broken Vessel, about his religion and faith. Huh. It's kind of funny, because that's not the original book he wanted to put out. So that's why I said he's gaslighting us Elvis fans, right? Because it's like, What the heck, man? That's bad form. Are you thinking us Elvis fans have that we can forget about something so easily? Like, what the heck? It was just a few weeks ago, right? So how can he think that we're going to forget so easily what he posted, what he typed with his own fingers? Francis nicely said, Shauna, the Elvis girls need to take a break and come back better than ever. They do. Ruby, I remember that Velvis on the X-Files. Tina says that is awful what David is doing. Velvis also said, oh my God, awful. Francis, so sorry you had to go through that, Shauna. It was unfair and disgusting he did that to you. It doesn't matter. I mean, it'll probably happen again. He'll probably do it again. I mean, I'm used to it. They might not be used to it. I'm used to it. It's been going on for about 2 years now. Of course, they'll twist it and turn it that I'm talking bad about them. No, I'm just saying I lived it. I was through it. I've been through it. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to put out some content and then you want to delete the content and try to do better next time. And a person downloads that content and puts you front and center and makes fun of you. And then when you ask them nicely to take the video down that you'll do better, and the person just rubs it in your face and goes, no, don't want to. No, can't do it. They can do it, but they don't want to. But that hurts someone. It hurts someone mentally. I'm not out in this world to hurt people. Granted, people in the Elvis world need to be called out on their BS. That's true. Especially those like David and Billy and Stanley and Ricky when he was alive, and Dave Hebler and some of the people in the Memphis Mafia I didn't agree with. And Prissy Pants, what she did with Lisa and everything, and a few other people. But when it comes to real people, like real people that we know, we converse with, like you guys, me, other channels, that's just bad form. It's not something you need to do to someone, especially if they write you and ask you nicely to take down content that they're not happy with. If you ask someone nicely that you're not happy with content, that you deleted your video, and you write someone and saying, please take down my video that I just deleted. I am not happy with it and I would rather redo it. And the person's like, no, I'd rather put you front and center and make fun of you and criticize you and use my followers to bash you a new one. It hurts. It does. Been there, done that. I will probably hear about it tomorrow. I really don't care. I cared a couple of years ago. I cared too much. I had to take a couple of mental breaks in between. But I'm at a good point in my life where I don't have to care anymore. Because I did. The chaos that's been happening in the Elvis YouTube-verse is not with us. It's not with my channel. It's with some others. It's not with mine. It's not. I don't put personal drama on my channel. And I try really hard not to. Because I know you guys come to my channel for fun and shits and giggles. And I like keeping it that way. But I just wanted to point it out that it's not always fun being the blunt end of someone's jokes and ridicules. And it doesn't matter. This person that we are talking about can make you feel very obsolete. They say they're a Christian. They say that they have kindness, that they doing it with kindness. It's not kind. It's not. I've been there. You know, I have been bullied to the point where I was bullied so much where they wanted me to go to my friend EP Vault to make him take a video down. Who am I to tell my friend what they can post and what they can't post? Who is my friend to tell me what I can post and what I can post? It wasn't fair. And that's the last blunt end of it, was I was being bullied into going to my friend to make him take a video down that he didn't want to take down. Who was I to tell another channel who is my friend to take a video down? Just like who would be my friend to tell me to take a video down? You know, that's not how I am. That's not how I roll. That's not how my friend rolls either, you know? So we just try really hard to love Elvis. And it got to the point where I can't even say defending Elvis anymore. I'm an advocate for Elvis, and I'm a lover of Elvis and Lisa, and that's it. That's where I stand. This is not a defending Elvis channel. This is a love for Elvis and Lisa channel. This is an advocacy for Elvis and Lisa channel. This isn't anything else but something like my baby that I started from the beginning to now. This is something I did. So I don't let anybody dictate what I can and cannot post, what I can and cannot say. I don't care if they make 50 videos of me the next day showing me that I used to believe Elvis is alive. You don't have power over that on me anymore. What we used to believe isn't what we believe now. So it's like, who are these individuals to have power over me, have power over us? There is no power. I don't care if these people go, Shauna, you can't sing. Or Shauna, you used to believe Elvis was alive. Well, guess what? That has no power over me anymore. Whatever you say to me, you're just pointing a finger back at you, because I don't feel like that has power over me anymore. You can play old videos of me that look distorted and weird and AI driven, showing that I used to believe Elvis was alive. So what? So what if I believed Elvis was alive once upon a time? That doesn't make me a bad, horrible person, does it, guys? Tell me in the comment section below. Because if you guys didn't love me, you wouldn't be here tonight. I don't care what I used to believe. That doesn't make my Elvis history inadequate. That doesn't make my being an Elvis historian go out the window. The history is still there, you know? But that doesn't have power over me anymore. So it doesn't matter what another channel is going to say about me tomorrow. It doesn't matter if this other channel thinks I can't sing. He sings just enough as well, and he has no lick at all. You know, put me and him in a karaoke bar. I know that I'll beat him any day. I don't care. And you can say, I used to believe Elvis was alive from here till the dogs come home. But that doesn't mean I believe that now. It doesn't. You know, it's all a facade, Cheryl. It's mean, hateful content. I ain't going there. I ain't going there. This is a loving Elvis channel. Period. We love Elvis. We love Lisa. We point out the people in Elvis's life that was bad, good, and ugly. That's what we do. But I'm not going to sit here and argue with someone that likes to look at himself in the mirror and wears many hats. That's just not what I do. That's not who I am. Sasha, that channel with the gang stalkers is hostile and vicious. It don't matter. You can tell them that, but they don't believe it. They don't see it. You know, they'll never see it. They think that they're in the right. That's whatever they believe. And they might have 4 videos about me tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. I have the love of you guys. I have the love of Elvis's family members who I think are important. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And if you can look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day after you do a video and you're happy with yourself, that's what's important. I will never, ever hurt somebody on YouTube like I've been hurt in the past. Ever. I'm not going to put somebody else's content on my channel and put their photo right there and talk weird about them and say they're off their meds and say mean, hateful stuff like, we need to help get rid of her, or we need to call her work and get her fired from her job. I don't do that kind of stuff. It's vicious and hurtful and hateful. And it's not behavior you should do on YouTube. Not with fellow YouTubers. It's not fair. It's terrible. And I haven't talked about it in a while because I didn't want to have 4 or 5 videos made about me in a day, ridiculing me from what I think, what I used to believe, who I used to talk to, who I hung around, how I'm off my meds. That was a good one. And how I need psychiatric help. That stuff hurts. I wouldn't do that to somebody. So I know I wasn't supposed to go on that bandwagon and talk about that, but here we are talking about the abuse. And that's the best word for it. And those Elvis girls are getting it too. It's called abuse. We have been abused and have felt threatened. But I have been going through it for a while, guys. I tried to keep a down low profile after all that stuff when I got back from my break. But it seems to be, coming back, accumulating, coming back. It's not fair what happened to those Elvis girls, but it happened to me. It's happened to others. If you don't agree with something that these people say and feel, you are abused. And then you're called a stalker and a hater and that you say vile and disgusting things. I don't understand, So my advice to those Elvis girls, honeys, take your break, get the mental stability that y'all need, and come back bigger and better than ever. Because it don't matter. At the end of the day, you do you guys is boo. He and their whatever it don't count. You guys do you, boo. Yep. Yes, Tina, it was crazy that people tried to interfere with my job. Yep. And according to some people, they think I lost my job. It's kind of funny. No, I didn't lose my job. I got a better promotion. So it's kind of weird how people take that. There was a whole gossip thing back in the day that they won. They got me to lose my job. No, they didn't. I just got promoted after I talked to HR about the problem, and they investigated and they realized I didn't do anything wrong. Go figure. Go figure. It's kind of funny how people say stuff on YouTube and they look at the camera and they lie through their teeth. But at the end of the day, I didn't lose my job. They understood what was happening to me. And I got a promotion, and I switched positions and got a better job in another area. So it's kind of funny how these channels, well, this channel, there's only one that actually makes division, and it ain't the ones you guys know. It's not the ones you guys watch. But the division happens, and then behind the scenes, these people think that they have to do something to do something. So they try to hurt you as an individual. It's sad, really. But it happened to me. It happened and is still happening to my editor and friend and little brother Kyle from EP Vault. And it's still happening to Rick from Elvis A to Z and Cam. It don't matter. You know, since I did mention this evening, expect a video or 4 videos about me tomorrow on this certain individual's YouTube channel. But, you know, whatever. I've been there. I've been abused for a couple of years now. And it got to the point where it's like, you know what? I don't care. Y'all are here because you love me. And thank you guys for being here. But I ain't going to deal with whatever this other channel is doing. I just can't. This person once upon a time had a good thing going. And because of the division, the name calling, the backstabbing, the stalking, the harassment, the abuse that's been going on, they ain't having a good thing going like before. And I, once upon a time, backed this person, but I can't back them anymore. You can't hurt people and abuse people. And because you don't agree with their opinion, call them vile and disgusting. I mean, come on. We are not schoolyard bullies, but this person thinks that they are. So whatever, I don't care. You know, hand mop. Those girls, you aren't the only one. A certain YouTube bashes because they don't agree with him. I know. It don't matter. If you don't agree with them and their ideology of how they believe, and if you're not backing Donna Presley, then you know you're the Antichrist. I can't go there, guys. I just can't. I don't back people who I don't agree with. If I agree with you and I'm on your side, I'm going to stick with you. But if I don't agree with you and I'm not on your side, I'm going to say it. That's just how I am. And there has been a time where I kept my mouth shut because I was tired of the abuse. Because after a while, it gets to you. It gets to you mentally. It hurts your heart. So that's why I backed off for a while. I didn't talk about this individual. I didn't talk about this individual's channel. I didn't talk about the abuse that he has pulled and they have pulled on us, on the Smiths, on this Josh's channel that's came out, on all this stuff. But I've been there. I know what it feels like. It don't feel good. It hurts. And after a while, mentally, you have to back away from it. Because it's a constant. It's a constant harassment. It's a constant hating. It's constant criticizing. It's like, okay, so I don't agree with what you say. Does that make it that your followers have to try to call my work to get me fired? Does it make it that your followers and you have to make 3 to 4 videos a day bashing you with your photo front and center? It's not fair. And Cheryl says that she remembers him stating all of that. And Handmop says those gals aren't the only ones certain YouTube bashes because they don't agree with him. Absolutely. Tobacco. I don't hate that subscriber. I think he's very passionate and he has a good heart. I think he's just very defensive. Defensive and diverse. Sasha. 12 channels and their followers have been harassed by one channel and that channel's supporters. Well, I mean, you guys know I've been through the ringer, you know. They ain't got no power over me anymore. I used to believe Elvis was alive. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing in the world. Kill me now. But I don't believe that way anymore. But it sure hurt me. Every single day it hurt me. I couldn't even get a word in edgewise. There would be like 4 videos about me a day. It's like, oh my God, I can't catch up. I can't keep up. You know? It's like they even bashed me because my co-hosts that I had with 2 gals talk about Elvis. Come on, give me a break, guys. Where do you think we met? Seriously. Tobacco. Shauna, I like you, but I don't dislike Donna Presley. She's Elvis's first cousin. Even if she didn't stay there when she was there, I just want everybody to get along. I ain't bashing Donna. I'm just saying, I don't want the diversion anymore. I don't want I don't want it either, Tobacco. What I want is everyone to just share Elvis history, love Elvis, love Lisa, and just get along too. That's in a perfect world, Tobacco. We don't live in a perfect world. I ain't going to sit here and bash Donna, but I'm going to tell you that everybody has a certain type of family member that they love, that they respect, whatever. I'm on a different side than others, but I'm not going to sit here for an hour and 30 minutes and bash somebody unless it's a Stanley. And then I will bash them just because I can't trust a Stanley far enough to throw them. You know, that's it. You know? And Tobacco says everybody should stop criticizing everybody. Let's just focus on positive things that Elvis did for people. Well, that's true, but I cannot sit here and sugarcoat Elvis's history. I am not a donut shop. I love Elvis, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because us being human beings, we are not perfect. The only perfect human being that walked on this earth is Jesus Christ, and none of us is close to Jesus. So I'm not going to put Elvis in a perfect light. I love him for each face he would put on. It don't matter. But I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all it was all roses. It was all sunny. It was all perfect. Because I can't. That's not the person that I am. But there are bad things that happened to Elvis, yes. And there was bad things that happened to Lisa. But I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that everything in Elvis's life was perfect. Everybody in Elvis's life was perfect. I can't do that, guys. That's not who I am. Velvis, some people are just not going to get along. They should just leave you alone. I wish, but Velvis, do you really think people are going to leave me alone? Seriously. I'm never going to be left alone, guys. That's for certain. Cheryl says that one person promotes it all. I hear you, Cheryl. I hear you. Tobacco says, I agree with you 100%. I'm glad to hear you say that. Thank you. I'm not trying to make division. I'm not trying to not get along with other YouTubers, Tobacco. I'm just trying to love Elvis and Lisa the best way that I can. Because this is a Tenderly Loving Elvis YouTube channel. You know? Not every YouTube channel is going to defend Elvis. Some are just going to be his advocate. And some is just going to love him, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Lisa too. But we're definitely going to fight for these people. Lisa deserved better. Elvis deserved better. Period. Tina, yes, leave people alone. It's harassment. Don't matter. YouTube don't care. YouTube don't care. Facebook don't care. They say community standard guidelines, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. The platforms don't care. Tobacco, we are on the same page. I love and thank you for saying that. You're welcome. I'm not here to make fights with other YouTube channels, Tobacco. I know what it feels like to be criticized, ridiculed, and thrown under the bus and the ringer. It's not a good feeling. Yep. Tina, the Smiths are Elvis's cousins too. Nothing but harassment for them. It just depends on who's given the harassment, Tina. Because it's not us. And it's not me. Tobacco, I do not like the bashing part. It's too much. It's over and over and over again. I definitely understand that. And mentally, it can do something to you. You need to have a big, strong backbone to be able to have a YouTube channel these days for Elvis and who you're backing. Because if you don't back the right people, you can have so many things said about you. And it doesn't feel good. And that's why I'm throwing it out there with those Elvis girls. If you're watching, I'm with you, girls. I've been there. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like when someone downloads your video and it's not a great video and you take your video down and then you ask this individual nicely if they would please take the bad video of you down. And they refuse to do so. So you put a copyright strike on them. And they fight it. And this video is still up. And they ridicule you all the chances that they have. I know. I've been there. It does something to you mentally. So you have to be in the right mentality to deal with it. Because if you're not, you don't have a strong backbone. You guys do not understand how many times in my mind I've thought to myself, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I just wipe my hands of it, all my hard work, and go, I'm done. Put a fork in me. I'm done. And I did a lot of soul searching, and I know that's probably what they're doing too. It's like one mistake and you'll be judged for it for the entire time you're on YouTube. I don't agree with that. It's not fair. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, and we're going to make videos sometimes that we're not happy about. But that doesn't give other people the right to take your content, put you right front and center in their content, and then bash you and ridicule you like 3 or 4 times a day. It's not fair. It's not just fair or not fair. It's hurtful. Mentally, it's hurtful. I've been there. I know what it feels like. Tobacco, I'm not against you. I appreciate letting me speak. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Tobacco, I'm using voice response. I'm sorry if I have a lot of misspelled words, but Lisa and I are the same age. I wish she was still with us. I do too, Tobacco. I wish she was still here. A lot of the things we're talking about, we wouldn't have to be talking about right now if she was here. She would be taking care of her father's business right now. You know? Hand mop. The certain person who does all the bashing twists, takes out of context, and lies about what others say. Yeah, it's sad, really. They'll take something that you did, and they'll cut it out. They'll cut all the context out, but what you're saying, and then they'll say that this is what this person said. It's like, but what did the person say before they said this? So I know what you're saying, Hen Mom. I know. I've been there, and I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 videos made about me tomorrow. So be prepared. He's probably going to say the girl that can't sing, and he's probably going to say things like the girl that used to believe Elvis was alive. I don't care. That person has no power over me anymore. No power at all. I owned up to my mistakes, and I don't have any reason to hide anymore. Elvis fans surviving the crazy Elvis world of grifters, hanger-ons, and bashers. It's a sad world we live in right now, Elvis. I mean, really, it's like we have to be careful what we say. We have to be careful what we do. We have to be careful about the content, blah, blah, blah. But, really. Tobacco, I think that's a song. We need to make that into a post, or I will. If you can get a song made up about what we're all going through as Elvis fans on YouTube, go at it, Tobacco. Tobacco Road. Shauna, I made a post on my page. I think it was a good post. I didn't say anything too bad. I just want everybody to get along. As I said before, in a perfect world, we all would get along. But that's just not where we live at right now. Sasha, you have witnesses. Many of us saw what that channel did to you in your live chat. Thank you, Sasha. I know you were there. And I know a few people in this chat has been there as well. I ain't hiding anything. I ain't trying to tell y'all what I didn't believe. Y'all know it. Y'all saw it. It was on the big screen for everybody to see. I ain't happy about it. But I ain't the only one that believed Elvis Presley is alive. If y'all think I was the only one that believed he was alive, y'all are crazy kidding, because I had a certain individual that was with me. Barbara, enjoy tonight. Gotta go. Y'all be safe. Happy Easter to everyone, and good night. Happy Easter and good night to you. Elvis says the person we're talking about is a Muppet. Well, it depends on what kind of Muppet. Yep. Tina, you have a backbone, Shauna, and everyone has the right to say how they feel. You're not bashing anyone. It's a sad world if we can't say how we feel. It is. For a while there, I after feeling the way that I felt and being abused, and I'm not saying harassed, I'm saying abused. After being abused the way that I was abused by this certain person, I had to bite my tongue because I was afraid of what this person was going to say about me the next day. If I say this, if I say this, if I say this, I cannot bite my tongue anymore. I bit my tongue till it bled. And I can't do it anymore. I can't. I've spent so long thinking to myself, why do I do this? I do it because I love Elvis. Why do I do this? I do it because I love you guys. Why do I do this? I do this because I love all about Elvis. Everything. That's why I'm here. I'm not trying to shove a narrative down y'all's throat. Y'all are adults. You guys have your own minds and your own individual thoughts. I am not going to try to say certain things and certain phrases and certain ways to make y'all think differently than your own thoughts. You know, that's why I love you guys. Y'all are individuals thinking individually. I'm not here to brainwash you. I'm not here to make you drink the Kool-Aid. I'm here to talk about Elvis and Lisa and the legacy. And you guys are here with me. We're doing it together. And we are criticizing people who knew Elvis that we don't agree with. That's it. I'm not here to bash other YouTube channels. But sometimes this one channel keeps getting brought up, you know? And I try to forget about it, but then you all remind me in the comment section, you know, about it. And I bit my tongue so long that it hurt and it bled. And it's like, maybe I'm not scared anymore. Or maybe I wasn't scared to begin with. It was more like I was tired of feeling the abuse, you know? And that's how I felt. It wasn't harassment or stalking or any of that, or trolling. It was feeling abused, you know, like a redheaded stepchild. You guys know what I mean? And everybody else is standing up to him. And I did a copyright strike. I admit it. I was tired of him using my image to make fun of me. I did put a copyright strike in. Of course, I didn't win it, but at least I stood up and stood my ground and showed him where I was. You know, some people can't even do that, but I did. You know, I tried. I tried to fight it, but it didn't go through, you know, and that's where we are, you know. And Miss Bug said she felt that literally, since she is one. You're what? What are you, Miss Bugs? Cheryl said exactly. And Henmop said, I think that person isn't really that much of a fan. Rather, he is using Elvis to promote himself or for the attention. I don't know. I don't care. You know, I'm not going to sit here any longer and talk to you guys about this individual, but he sure in the heck talked about me enough. I'm the girl, the YouTube channel that can't sing, and I'm the crazy Lulu who believed Elvis was alive once upon a time. So what? He has no power over me anymore. I've already accepted my past. Y'all accepted it, and we're moving on. We're doing better, you know, but the thing is, it's like it gets brought up from time to time. But when you finally accept it, and you finally accept that part of yourself, it don't matter how much they talk about you in that way, they have no more power over you. And that's what I really love right now, is this person has no power over me. Whatever he says, whatever they say, how many videos they say about me, it doesn't matter. There's no more power over me. Period. Tobacco. I'm not in favor of the copyright strikes. I wish everybody would work out before they go that far. I was just tired of my photo being front and center as a whole group of people make fun of me. Tobacco. Maybe if it ever happened to you, then you would understand what it feels like, because it really was abuse to me. They would put my photo up and talk about me for an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, talking about my looks, my personality, how I needed to be back on my meds, how, oh, she works at a school. We need to find where she works and get her fired. Maybe if you were in the position that I was in, you would feel the way that I felt. That was the only way I thought maybe I could get them to stop doing what they were doing. No, it backfired. They didn't stop. Once they found out the copyright strike was in, it was full force, even more. So, maybe if you were there, you would understand. But to me, it was abuse. It was mental abuse. Period. Period. Tobacco, I understand that you had to do what you thought you had to do. To me, that's the only way I thought I could fix the problem, but it didn't fix it. It just made it worse. Tobacco, nobody should talk about anybody's looks. Nobody should put people on a display like that. That is not right. If I had to go through what you went through, maybe I would have done that as well. The copyright strike was the only way that I could think about to get them to quit using my photo to talk about me in the most hurtful, degrading ways. It didn't work. It backfired, but that was the only way I thought that I could get them to stop. It didn't get them to stop. In fact, they'll probably do it tomorrow, guys, so be prepared. Be prepared to see them bash me from every day to Sunday. Hand mop, I wish the strikes meant more from YouTube. I also wish the harassment, name-calling, and lies would mean more to YouTube when things are reported. YouTube don't care, hand mop. If YouTube cared as much reporting that has been done in the last 2.5 years, something would be done about it. They don't care. They don't care. Miss Bugs, sounds like what happens to other YouTubers that blog about their lives. That's true. It's a good thing I don't blog about my life. Tina, he has no other content but stick his nose into other people YouTube shows. That is clearly up to him. But as you guys know, I ain't going to do that. I'll ask permission before I use somebody else's content as my own. I will ask permission to review somebody else's video before I do it as my own. Just because I know what it feels like. Karen, I'm so happy you mentioned this woman. I was a fan of her. I did my research. I can't stand her. I don't know who you're talking about. Tobacco. Who are they? Tobacco. Is it more than one person? Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not going to go in the history of it. I can't. I lived it. Just know this. When you make a mistake and you put a video out there, and then you delete the video because you're not happy with it, and maybe some facts are wrong, and you think that's fine and it's over with. And then the next day, some other YouTube channel downloads that video that you deleted, reviews that video on their channel, and bashes you every chance they get while they're watching it. That can't be a good thing. It's a hurtful thing. So I just wanted to point it out just for this evening, and I might get 4 or 5 videos made about me because I stated this evening and opened the box. But like those Elvis girls, when they make content and backlash happens, so they delete the content. And they realize the person that was bashing them and their followers that were bashing them, download their video that they deleted, puts it on their site and criticizes, ridicules, makes fun or whatever. And then you ask that individual nicely if they would take that video down and they refuse. That's why those Elvis girls put a copyright strike on this individual. Because after a while, when you ask someone nicely to take a video down off of their channel that you've already deleted, that's your content, and they refuse to do it, then what other option do you have? I am just trying to let you guys walk a mile, not just in my shoes, but in those Elvis girls' shoes as well. They did a video. They were not happy about it. They got backlash. They deleted their video. They find out that another channel downloaded and reviewed that very bad video they don't like. They ask him to delete said video and he refuses. What other option do you have to get that video out of the ether? So when you see that kind of, what's the word besides abuse? When you see that kind of behavior, you guys know that if it happened to you guys, you would feel the same way. And I think you would, because I've had it done to me. I've had content that I've deleted that I wasn't happy about in the past, that I have deleted, that a certain individual would take, dissect, review, put on their channel, ask nicely, can you please take that video down, sir? I am not happy with it. I've already deleted it, said I was sorry for mine. Can you please take the video down? And then the individual goes, no, can't do that. They can do it, but the thing is, they won't do it. What other option would you have? Well, the only option that there is at that point is to try to put a copyright strike, because it is your content and somebody else is using your content without permission. So that's like the only place that you have at that point. Granted, I wasn't happy for the fact that was the first copyright strike, and I'll probably never do it again because you can get out of it so easily now. It's just a counter strike and all this crap. But that's the only place I thought that I had. That's the only option I thought I had. And if anybody else was in my position, they would feel the same exact way. In fact, the individual that we're talking about, if he was to put out a video and he deleted the video because he wasn't happy with that video, what if I downloaded his video, put that video on my channel front and center, and criticize everything from his crazy hair down to his legs? And then if he wrote me saying, take that video down, it's not right that you're talking about me, and I would just say, hey, can't do that. What options would he have against me for putting his content out there that he's not happy with, that he deleted, that I used in his name, ridiculing him, pointing him out for who he is? It's the same thing, you know? So here we are. You know, I wasn't planning on talking about this evening, but things happened. The box was open, and that's what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, there's a word that I'm going to say that has gone out there, and it needs to be said more. It's abuse. To me, it's not harassment. To me, it's not bullying. To me, it's not trolling, blah, 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 whatever, blah, 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 disgusting, vile, whatever words is being thrown out there. To me, it's abuse. I lived it. I've been through it. It's abuse. And he continues to do so. And now he's doing it to those Elvis girls, and he's doing it to his ex-researchers and all kinds of things. So it's like a whole world, a whole bubble that I don't really want to be involved in. But here we are talking about it, guys. Here we are. Music World Wonder says that this individual needs to just give it up already. He doesn't get a lot of views like he used to. Sometimes people get tired of watching the abuse happen. You know, if I was to do a video like this every single day, ridiculing a certain individual, ideologies, faith, opinions, looks, whatever, y'all would be tired with me too. This is the first time I've done it in probably, oh my gosh, a year. So, you know, tobacco. I knew that was coming with Elvis girls. I knew that was coming. I knew they deleted that video and put their page on pause because of the situation. well, they probably need to take a step back and think and have a mental break and everything and come back bigger and better than ever, and have a lovely Easter, Amanda. Music World Wonder says that they hope that those Elvis girls put their videos back up. I do too. Don't let other individuals, organizations, or whatever movement is going on at the time tell you and criticize you and make you leave what you love most, which is your YouTube channel. Don't let other people make you feel like you don't deserve a YouTube channel and they're the only ones that deserve one. Don't do that. Don't do that. Velvis, this person is small-minded and insecure. That's an opinion. Thank you for that, Velvis. Tobacco. I'm sorry they need to reinstate their channel and not worry about that situation. It probably made their channel build up. Certain individual went too far. Bless his heart. As you guys know, I will not read his name. I won't do it. I ain't going to give him that power because he ain't got no power like that over me anymore. Hand mop. Yes, he does, Karen. Karen says that this individual enjoys being mean. Well, he says he does it with love and kindness. Do you guys remember? I remember. It's with love and kindness, right? Love and kindness. I don't think that's the love and kindness I know, but this person claims they do it with love and kindness. So, Tina says that this individual is a mean-spirited little man. Can't stand to watch him. Thank you for your opinion, Tina. Cheryl says that fair use is one thing, but harassment and abuse is another. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. You've been there. You know what it feels like. It don't feel too good, does it, honey? Tobacco said that those Elvis girls' channel just showed how David Stanley really is. It's true. Their channel, even though they didn't know all the history, their channel put out David Stanley's real true intent. Like, whether they knew David Stanley's history or not, them interviewing him made him bring out his true colors. Does that make sense? Whether they liked it or not. They didn't know anything about it until a certain individual channel started abusing them and sent their followers that way in the comment section to get them. You're never going to see me sending you guys to other people to go get them. Have you guys ever heard anything out of my mouth like that? Like, oh, we're going to rip Priscilla Presley a new butthole. I need you to go on her channel and get her. Get her good. When's the last? I've never done that. I've never done that to you guys. Because I know you guys are individuals with individual thoughts. And I'm not here to make you drink any kind of Kool-Aid. You guys know who you love. You guys know who you follow. And I'm not here to tell you where to go, what to do, and what to type, and who to harass and who to abuse. What kind of a person would I be if I did that? Music World Wonder. For a person who calls himself a business person, he sure has a lot of time to be how he is. Sasha, it is abuse. It certainly is. To me, it's not harassment. It's not bullying. It's not even trolling. With what I went through and how I felt, it was pure abuse. Every other day, 2 to 3 videos a day, my photo right up in center, just like you're seeing right now with this, with this, and them criticizing everything from my looks to she needs to go back on her meds, or let's get her fired from her job. I have screenshots. It was awful. I don't do that with you guys. I've never sent you off on your merry way to go abuse other people, have I? And I never will. Thank you, Haley Bug. I love you, girl. She said he sounds like a narcissist, to be honest. Girl, you're new. I know exactly who you are. I work with Haley Bug. She's my friend from work. She's never heard about this guy before, and she just came on live, and this is her first comment. He sounds like a narcissist, to be honest. Thank you, Haley Bug. It just seems like you can be pushed and pulled and kicked and dragged so long, and eventually it doesn't hurt anymore. I ain't hurt anymore. He ain't got no power over me anymore. You can say the worst things about me, but they ain't nothing that hasn't already been said before. They ain't no power. They ain't nothing. So if there's a few videos made about me tomorrow, just know, guys, he ain't got no power over me, because I'll be back with another video. Granted, I will not talk about this again. It's been a while. The Pandora box was open. I had to mention it. But y'all, this is not what I use my channel for. I've got more people in this chat than I've had in a long time, because we're talking about this individual. Lord have mercy. Sasha, I specifically remember him saying, go over there and tell them, telling his followers to put comments on other channels. Then he has so hyper happy saying, we did it, guys. We did it, guys. We went to other channels and abused them. Woohoo! Who does that? I have never told any of you guys to go to another channel, to go to another individual and abuse and harass them. Ever. I've never even told you to go to, we've been talking about David Stanley this evening, right? I have never even told you to go to David Stanley's Facebook page and give him hell. Have I? That's not coming out of my mouth. That is not how I am. Period. Music World Wonder. I will be mean with love and an open heart. He also puts real butter in his coffee with love. Oh, Lord. I'm not going on butter coffee, guys. Even when I was on my diet, I couldn't do that crap. It was my coffee the way I wanted it. I cut my calories down to the point where I still wanted creamer and sugar in my coffee. I went on a calorie deficit to the point where I still had my coffee the way that I like it. And that's with creamer and sugar, baby. So whatever, man. I will never just drink coffee with butter, and I never will. I'm not a butter coffee person. I tried it once. It was bitter and gross. I don't care. I will not put butter in my coffee. I have lost 67 pounds, man. I am the smallest I've ever been in my adult life. And I will never drink butter coffee. I tried it. It was gross, guys. So, I can't. No. Tobacco. We're not in high school. Most of the people, I'm guessing, is in their 50s. I'm almost 58. This individual is just over defending. I'm not against this person, but those Elvis girls didn't agree with his tactics. Well, that's why they tried to put reports on him and copyright strikes, because he's using their content that they deleted, and they asked him probably nicely, like I did, to take it down, and he won't. He won't. So, Music World Wonder, oh my God, I remember us talking about this. This is so awful. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, Shauna. It was messed up. It was pure abuse for over a year. Over a year. And this person can go on tomorrow, do as many live videos as they want, dog walks, whatever, saying that I'm exaggerating or it didn't happen, and gaslight us as much as possible. But y'all were there. Y'all know what has been said about me. Y'all saw it as he was saying it. Y'all saw the comment section of his chat. Y'all been in his private chat. Some of y'all know what he did to me. So this isn't new news. This is stuff that's been going on for a while. And he could be gaslighting. He could be trying to kind of like, oh, I didn't do anything to hurt her. She tried to hurt herself. I don't care. But guys know I wasn't planning on talking about this individual. I was planning on forgetting this person even existed, like I've been doing. But since y'all wanted to start talking about it, I guess it was about time to actually tell y'all how I really felt with this person. But it don't matter. Because tomorrow or the next day or whenever this person finally realizes that I did say what I said, there's going to be videos about me tomorrow. This person is going to try to tear me down. This person and their followers are going to say things like the female YouTube channel that can't sing, the cuckoo girl that used to believe or believes Elvis is alive. It don't matter. This person has no power over me anymore. And that's how you deal with someone who abuses you. You stand up, look them in the face, look them in the eye like I am right now and say, hey, man, you have no power over me anymore. Say what you want. It doesn't matter. You've been a broken record all this time. What can you do now? What do you have? You know? Oh, I used to believe Elvis was alive. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I used to believe he was alive. Oh, well, I used to have individuals with me that surrounded and was with my channel that believed he was alive too. You going to bash them as well? Oh, Shauna can't sing. Dude, I can probably sing licks around this person. So I'm just tired of it. You know, it was about time I actually did say something because it's been a while, right, guys? So thank you for bringing this channel individual up again, guys. I really appreciate it because it made me feel like, it kind of makes me feel like I've been cleansed a little bit. You know, I've been holding my tongue and biting it so hard it has been bleeding over these few months of what's been said. So thank you, guys. I really needed this. But guys, no, I'm not going to use my channel like this all the time to bash somebody who has abused me and abused my friends in the past. This is probably going to be the only one you hear from me unless this person really gets really irate. Now, you never know. This person could be very, very, very upset with what we talked about this evening. So be prepared for like 3 to 4 videos made about me. But I will say this. I wanted to show you guys something. He probably has bigger fish to fry right now. Let me see. I'll show you why. Let's see. Boom, boom. I'm going to try to share the screen here so you can see this. I'm so happy I can do this now. Let's see if I can find it. And then I'll share it for you so you guys can see it. I think he has bigger fish to fry right now because it's not loading. Let's see. I think my friend sent it to me. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Wait, that ain't it. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying not to bore you. Somebody sent this. Oh, I think it's something else. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Save image. I'm going to send it to myself so you can see it, about the bigger fish that he has to fry right now. I'm going to send this to me too so I can show it to you. Hold on. Try not to bore you guys. There is a point to all this. Hold on. That's not it. Forward this to me. Okay. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Show you the bigger fish that he needs to fry right now. All right. Just quit sharing screen. Okay. And then I'm going to share this. You see that? That's his bigger fish to fry tomorrow. So he says, laugh out loud, my mate Danny, I'll deal with this tomorrow. So that's his bigger fish that he needs to fry. So he'll probably do this tomorrow, and then maybe somewhere around the dog walk or nighttime, or maybe even the next day he'll come to me. So right now that's his bigger fish that he needs to fry. He's going to deal with Danny Smith's video tomorrow. So when he's done dealing with Danny Smith, then he'll, get around to me. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out to you guys. That's his bigger priority. It's not me right now. It's Danny Smith. Maybe he'll get to me eventually, but that's not it. But the other thing is, I wanted to throw it out there, and Danny, don't get upset with me, but I just wanted to show you guys. Danny Smith, he'll give me a call soon, and him and Teresa love me too. So thank you guys. So I just wanted to throw it out there that yes, me and Danny Smith talk on the phone. Teresa too. We love one another. We're Elvis family, like you guys are with them too. We're the true Elvis family, all together as fans. But since he is going to talk about Danny Smith tomorrow, because that's his bigger fish to fry, I had to show you guys that Danny and Teresa love me, and we do talk on the phone. Okay, guys? So that's it. You could have went to any Elvis channel for all the crap we talked about tonight. David Stanley, Billy and Joe Smith ripping David Stanley a new butthole. And then the subject of the individual who defends Elvis with his movement. That's it. But you didn't. You came to my channel for this, and I love each and every one of you for it. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. It is almost midnight, guys. Know that for the last hour, I did not intend to talk about this certain individual and his movement. But here we are. So if he makes 4 videos about me or 1 video about me, does it really matter, guys? Do you still love me? Come on, tell me in the comment section below if you still love me, whether this individual that abused me in the past is going to make you guys not love me anymore. But at the end of the day, we got to focus on us. We got to focus on how we feel as a person. And I would rather talk to you guys about our truth, how we feel, what we've been through, the abuse that we've been through, the abuse that we continue to be going through. and know that we love each other, because I know I love you guys. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Absolutely. I'd be talking to myself, and I can't deal with that. But guys, it's been crazy, and you know, he's probably going to keep doing it, but at the end of the day, you guys know we didn't abuse anybody tonight. We talked to each other as a family. I didn't name names, but you guys might know who I am talking about when it comes to that, and know that it's going to be a happy Easter no matter what we do. Because at the end of the day, we have to do us. We have to love us and each other. We shouldn't care what other people say about us. We shouldn't care about what people can say that hurt us. At the end of the day, we have to love us. And that's where I'm at. You know, I can't let people have power over me. Not anymore. You all know my past. You all know what has been said about me in the past. This person that has followers has no power over me. Period. None. I don't care if they call me the ugliest person in the world. I don't care if the people say she needs to be back on her meds. I don't care if these individuals will say, oh, she needs to get fired from her job. No. My boss is well aware of this individual. My boss's bosses are well informed of this individual. My local police department is also aware of this individual, and the Meyer Police Department, where this person is from in the UK, is very aware of this individual. So, you know, this is where we are. You know, we got to focus on each other, love each other, and know that I'm not here to hurt somebody. But I have been hurt, and I know what it feels like to be hurt, and I know that those Elvis girls were hurt. And I believe that they're going to come back bigger and better than ever, because I know what it feels like to have to leave because they're ridiculed and hurt and abused, and take a mental break and then come back bigger and better than ever. I've been there. That was me once. So those Elvis girls, I am on your side. I love you guys. You guys are going to come back bigger and better than ever. Period. It's disgusting what has happened to you. It has happened to me too. It is pure, utter abuse. And nobody deserves to go through that. You know, even Elvis had abuse in his life. Nobody deserves it. Nobody. People gossip. There are always two sides, but somebody sometimes only gives you the one side of the coin. There are two sides of a coin. That's my side. So you Elvis girls, you're going to come back bigger and better than ever. It doesn't matter, because I've been there, and my friend EP Vault been there too. So we are on your side, those Elvis gals. Okay, Haley, thank you so much. She said that people gossip, but there are always two sides. I think you're great, and I like your singing. Thank you, Haley Bug. I work with her, so she knows me in real life. Thank you, Haley. And Music World Wonder, I love you too. And Tina, Cheryl, Sasha Rose, Kelsey, Annette. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's awesome. I could read all y'all name. Oh my goodness. Chillin'. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tobacco, as well, for seeing some part of my experiences and what I felt with. Music World Wonder, thank you so much for coming. Katrina, Mary, guys, I'm just gonna read a lot of y'all's names because I love you. Ray, Amanda, telling you, Hand Mop, Miss Bugs, thank you. Thank you guys. Will, Barbara, Karen, Velvis, Rainbow, Francis, Oh my gosh, guys, it was a full house tonight. Okay, guys, just know I'm going to go to bed tonight. I'll probably wake up with a video, maybe 2 or 3, made about me, talking about me, making me feel bad. Savette, love you too. But it doesn't matter. I told my truth tonight. I feel good about myself, where my heart is, and that's just where I'm going to go, and I'm going to go to bed. I didn't say anything that was abusing to this individual that has been abusing me. So maybe this person will get up tomorrow and realize I didn't say anything vile. I didn't say anything disgusting. I just focused on how I felt when this person was abusing me. That's all, right? And I love you guys too. And Savette says that this individual will never turn us against you. He tries, but never. Love you, Savette. And Tina, it has. It helped me a lot to be able to talk about it. You know, I have, like I said, I have bit my tongue until it has bled. I have tried so hard not to talk about it. But it seems it's coming up to roost again. And it also seems like there's only, how do I put this? Out of all of us Elvis YouTube-verse, there's only certain individuals that will speak up against this person. And I have been silent for too long. So it was about time I said something. But, you know, here it is. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll be with you guys on Monday. You could have went to any Elvis channel, but you didn't. You came to mine. I love each and every one of you for it. TCBTLC. God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side. And on Monday, okay, we're going to have a trivia. And I hope, Kelsey, I hope you win, baby girl. I love you guys, okay? I do. You guys mean everything to me. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be here. Not at all. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Take care of yourselves. Have a good Easter Sunday, okay? And I love you guys. Bye, everybody, okay? And realize, just because a mean old boogeyman going to talk about you, it doesn't mean what they say is true. Bye, everybody.